Hi everybody, I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show, where we watch old 16mm films. And someone in the comments said, haven't we watched this before? And, I looked in my spreadsheet that where I have everything listed and that I've shown, and I couldn't find it. But that doesn't mean I haven't shown it and I just neglected. But I hope it's okay that I re-showed it. Yeah, so what's interesting about that film is it's silent. Obviously, even though there's definitely a sound version out there somewhere. And so this was made to be shown on 16mm projectors that did not have a sound head. And so this might have been an approach, a way to try to get the word out and to get to people to show about the dangers of tuberculosis and the American Lung Association's works and all that stuff. So, kind of interesting. Let's see. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Behind me is a film scanner, and I have a film set up there. It's called The Big Click. Enjoy.
It's a strap that you put around your waist. It goes across your body. Has a buckle, and they help you if you're in a real bad crash and you can't get hurt.
The woman that was a strict safety belt wearer bought a new car, and her webbing pulled out like this, like it's supposed to, but she wasn't aware of how the pendulum works and how it would stop her in a collision, so she took the car back into the dealer and said, I can't drive this car without the seatbelt working. When she got it back, it was the same way. Well, this happened 3 times. She was so aggravated, she asked to see the service manager, figured he would know the most about it. Well, she called the service manager and said, look at this seatbelt, I can't wear it like this and you're just not fixing it. And the service manager said, lady, there's nothing we can do, they're all broken. So even he didn't realize how they're supposed to work, and which makes us realize what a massive job we have, and let people understand how they actually work, and that they will work if they're used properly. As the retractor's sitting in the car, it's sitting in this position, and the pendulum here is hanging free. And as you see, the belt, it just pulls out freely. So when you go to put it on, it pulls out. When you go to move, it pulls out. But should you come to a sudden stop, the inertia will move this pendulum, which will lock this belt and hold you in the seat.
The seatbelt is when you put it on and it would save more life. Which do you think is better, getting killed or getting a little stomach ache? I think getting a stomach ache is worse and is better, because if you die, then you say goodbye-bye to your life.
Well, actually, the belt, the way it comes across your torso, it comes across the areas that are the strongest and the best equipped to take those loads. They can take those loads much better than your skull or your face or other parts of you that aren't going to be restrained can. You distribute those across your torso, which would be the strongest part of your body, then you have the best chance of surviving.
You had to stop really quick.
Yeah. What would happen if I didn't have one on, though, and I stopped real quick?
Fly through the window. Windshield. Yeah.
Windshield?
And you might hit the traffic light.
What, flying through the windshield?
Might.
Well, when the car is involved in an accident, the first collision obviously is whatever hits another car or barrier, but once that happens, things inside the vehicle start to move and they're also going to collide, be it the passengers with each other or with other parts of the car. If you have your safety belt on, you reduce the chances of these second collisions.
Let's say the light is red, they drive, they stop short. The child, if it doesn't have a seatbelt on, they'll go flying out the window and they'll get ran over by another car.
Would that just happen to children, or you think that would happen to adults?
Adults too.
Most people are injured in accidents because they don't stay in the vehicle. They don't stay in their space. If you have your safety belt on, then you will stay in your space. And if the vehicle maintains its integrity as it will, if it's designed according to standards, then the safety belt will keep you safe.
There's a red light ahead, and there's a truck in front of him, and a bus in back of him, and the bus didn't stop in time, and he squished the car into the truck.
The headrest is very important, especially. You're going to bounce forward again, and the belt will keep you from bouncing forward out of the spot where it's safest for you to stay. It's also safer for the passengers in the front seat, for the rear seat passengers to have their seat belts on, because in the event of a collision, the weight of a body in the back seat coming forward can come with such force that it can injure someone in the front seat even when they do have their belt on. So it's important for all passengers to wear their belt, including rear seat passengers.
We've heard a lot about airbags. Are they going to eliminate the need for safety belts?
No, they certainly won't. Airbags are only effective in half of the crashes that take place. They're not effective in rear-end collisions or side collisions. They don't really hold the occupant in his seat. You still need the lap belt. Actually, airbags only replace the shoulder belt. You still need the lap portion of the safety belt with them.
My Uncle Drew, he had this Volkswagen, and he had cut off the seat belts. They don't like to wear them because they think it's not comfortable. They probably think they're good drivers or something. They won't get into an accident.
Alright, the scanner's being a little bit of a pain. Let me try to fix that. But in the meantime, let's learn about the little dog's adventure.
Do you like animals? I do. But I don't see one yet. I do. Oh, now I see one. A dog. Oh, now here's another animal. A dog. You know what kind of animal this is? Here's another animal. It's a donkey. You know what kind of animal this is? And it's a baby donkey. It's a donkey. And it's a baby donkey. Well, I do hope you like animals, because you're going to see lots of animals. Well, I do hope you like animals. This is something we're going to see later. Right now, we're thinking about animals, like this pigeon. Right now, we're thinking about this little dog is going to have many adventures today, and you can make up a story about them if you want. It's going to be a story about many animals, but mainly about this little dog. Ready? Where is the little dog going? Ready? Where is the little dog going? Her adventures are beginning. She's getting the thing we saw. The lady seems interested. The little dog is holding binoculars. Someone forgot them, and the lady is happy the little dog found them. And she's going to take the binoculars to the person who forgot them. Oh, say, do you know what binoculars are? Of course, the lady knows, but in case you don't, I'll tell you. Binoculars are something people look through to help them see things that are far away. Now the little dog is on her way with the binoculars. But where is she going? She does seem to know her way, doesn't she? She's carrying the binoculars well. Oh, she put them down. That's a bird's nest on the chimney. Storks live here. I guess the little dog wants to see them better. But look, here's another dog. Does he see the binoculars? He's lying down right next to them. The little dog seems afraid. How can she get the binoculars? It's the big dog's lunch, and he's leaving the binoculars. Should the little dog try to get the binoculars now? This is the time to do it. Will she make it? Yes. She's doing her job well. That was an adventure you might want to tell about in your story. Say, it looks like she's changed her mind. What does she see? There's a man selling ice cream cones. And here's a girl who just bought one. Do you think the little dog would like a lick? This is another one of her adventures you might want to tell about in your story. Good. She still remembers her job. This mother hen seems too busy to notice the little dog. Look. Geese, hundreds of them. These seem to be having fun in the muddy pond. Oh, look at that one. The little dog has her job to do, but the geese are in her way. What's she thinking? What's she going to do? The geese look dangerous. They could hurt her. Look out. Will she be safe? Here they come. The binoculars. Now's her chance to rescue the binoculars. Are the geese turning back? They are. The little dog is brave. The little dog has the binoculars again. That was quite an adventure, wasn't it? These are friends of the little dog, a mother dog and her puppies. They seem to be having fun. Those are gophers. Does the mother dog see the gophers? The mother dog is trying to dig the gopher out. The little dog wants a better view of the digging. But has she forgotten her job? That looks like fun. Will the little dog want to try digging too? Is she going to put down the binoculars again? Digging is a lot of fun. Can the bird hurt the binoculars? He'd better not. The little dog remembers she has a job to do. I hope we find out soon where she's taking the binoculars. Oh, they're down again. What does she see? Do you think this mother pig and her babies have frightened the little dog? She seems to be afraid. There's a pile of logs. Perhaps she'll feel safe up there. Are the binoculars in danger again? It looks like the pigs are going away. Good. But now the little dog sees something that worries her. Hedgehogs. What should the little dog do? She wants to make sure the hedgehog leaves the binoculars alone. But the hedgehog is like a porcupine with prickly spines. It rolls itself up into a ball. Can the little dog hurt it? She has to be very careful, or the hedgehog's spines will stick her. The other hedgehogs are leaving the binoculars alone. And the little dog remembers her job. And now we're going to find out where the little dog is going with the binoculars. You see that man? He's the husband of the lady we saw before. The little dog is looking for him. She's taking the binoculars to him. How does the man feel now? And what do you think he wants to look at with the binoculars? Well, you can decide when you tell the story about the little dog and the man with the binoculars. Do you see the knapsack the man has on his back? Well, the little dog did her job so well that the man is going to put her in the sack and carry her with him in the forest. That's her reward. Of course, you want to give the little dog a name. What will you call her? And then, when you've decided on a name, you can tell about the little dog and her adventures. And you can decide how the story ends. You can begin it like this. Once there was a little dog who had many adventures. Her name was... Go ahead. You tell the story.
Oh boy. It's Monday, all right. Yeah, so I was having all sorts of problems with the tension. This was on a plastic reel that was mildly bent, and so every time the film would rub against it, it would lose tension. So I put it on a core and switched over to another film, but didn't turn off my microphone, so that's par for the course. All right, so we're going to watch the remainder of The Big Click, figure out what happens. Enjoy.
They probably think they're good drivers or something. They won't get into an accident. They're lazy and they forget. Maybe they think like that and they never can get destroyed, like they have 200 lives. They think it's dumb and childish to put the things on. I've heard a lot of stories about that in the newspaper.
Right now we have seat belts that are safe. We have strict government compliance standards that we certify all over.
Now what? Oh my gosh.
And we push them and we beat them up and we put them through life cycle and we spray them with salt and we do everything to make sure they're strong and they'll live. Now in addition to that, we're making them comfortable. So not only are they the safest they can be, they'll be the most comfortable they can be too.
What about people who don't wear safety belts?
Give them a ticket. They want to get killed or not. You should go into jail for maybe like a day and a half, something like 2 days.
The guy pulls up next to you, and he's got his wife in the car and 2 kids in the back seat, and none of them have their belts on.
When I see that, it just still amazes me that people don't realize the danger that they're putting themselves and their family, and especially when I see it with children. All these people would need to do is see one film of a simulated accident where we had mannequins in, and I'm sure that they would be convinced to wear their safety belts and to put them on their children also.
The people who make the car didn't put the seatbelts in there for nothing. They put them in there so you could wear them and be safe.
What do you say to your mom and dad when they get into the car?
Put your seatbelts on. You'll be safer.
Will you? How much safer?
A lot.
Please fasten your seatbelts. Please fasten your seatbelts. Thank you.
Wow, this film has been a giant pain in my butt. I don't know what is going on with it. Like, that payoff, though, there was a payoff for me, which is that little kid saying, like, I've, in jail for a day and a half, 2 days. It's just so good. But, oh my gosh, I really don't know what's going on. I might have to reboot everything over here. But the other thing I liked about this is the fact that this is in the can, and it's a little brochure that basically talks about what this film is all about. It gives a diagram of the pendulum mechanism for the ratchets and inside the belt. So interesting, but oh boy, what a bear it was to show it to you. Okay, here's this is part of a series. This is my first job, food service. Enjoy.
For a lot of you, the first job you may get when you leave school will be in an eating place, which is part of retailing. Restaurants employ people in a lot of different kinds of jobs. The one we know best, of course, is the waitress. But besides the waitress are the jobs of head waitress, waiter, and head waiter. The head waiter is in charge of all the other workers on the floor. He or she almost always has several years' experience in restaurant work. You may start out in the kitchen as a short order cook. But again, the kitchen also has a lot of other jobs available. Salad maker, cook and chef, or chief of the whole kitchen. Training varies with the type and size of the operation. Large hotels may have formal training, leading eventually to management jobs in the restaurant. In smaller restaurants and drive-ins, the training is much more informal. You learn it by doing it, on the job.
When I started here as a waitress, the head waitress pointed out most of the basic things you have to do on the job, like setting the table right. It's part of a whole procedure you learn. One of the things I was taught is that the customer is always right. After all, part of my income comes from tipping. The customer is really putting money into my pocket. I mean, if you treat people nicely, 9 out of 10 will leave a tip. At the end of the day, it all adds up. Sure, sometimes we get a customer with a complaint or a chip on his shoulder. Then it's our job to smooth things over. Usually, though, we don't have that problem. Most people are really nice.
Working well with people. Tact. That's an asset in any line of work. But it's particularly important in the food service industry, where the job requires dealing with people of different personalities and different backgrounds.
Basically, there are 3 groups of people I work with. The customers, of course, the kitchen staff, the cooks, and the bus boys and hostess.
The most important personal qualifications for a waiter or waitress are physical stamina, because you're always on your feet, reliability, a pleasant and flexible personality, tact, and cleanliness.
As head waitress, I expect all of my staff here to be neat and clean at all times. It's very important to the customers that the serving staff looks neat. They've got to be able to get along with the cooks, too, and to follow all instructions from them and from me. And they must be confident. If a waitress gets nervous working with people, then she might spill something. Our job is to make the customers feel comfortable. Whenever I can, I try to give the busboys a hand by cleaning off the tables. The restaurant must always look clean and tidy. Then I usually do the other general housekeeping duties, which are also very important. It's hard work, but interesting, challenging. It's a good experience for me. I like meeting people too, and you can't find a better place for that.
I've been working in the kitchen for several years now. I started as a cook's helper. Now I make all the salads for the restaurant. It's an art. All cooking is. You learn the basics from a good cook, and then it's up to you. You can vary the ingredients, the textures, the seasoning, but what matters is if it works. One of my responsibilities as a salad maker is checking what we have on hand against the food I figure we'll need for the next week. Then I go over it with the chef for his approval. The kitchen is under the command of the chef, and all of us working here have to understand that. He runs it. The things any chef in a good kitchen always requires is absolute cleanliness. And that is also part of my job. There are two important rules in a kitchen: order and cleanliness.
The food service industry is expanding. There will always be jobs in restaurants and other eating places. Today, there's a wide range of these places in every community, and they provide a variety of starting jobs. For example, many restaurants don't require prior experience to become a waitress, waiter, or busboy. With experience, a good waitress can become head waitress with better pay and more responsibility. Likewise, the job of busboy can lead to waiter, and waiter to head waiter. You may begin as a short order cook. This experience can lead to other responsibilities in the kitchen, such as salad maker. After several years of learning on the job, it's possible with training, hard work, and talent to become a chef in a fine restaurant. Chefs are considered artists of food, and they're in demand all over the world. They earn excellent incomes. The jobs of chef, head waitress, and head waiter can sometimes lead to a restaurant management position.
It's hard work, sure, but it's worth it. It's interesting. I like people. I guess we all do, or we wouldn't be doing this kind of work. It's a good experience for me now, and you know, it might really help me later on.
Oh boy, what a day. Yeah, so the deal with that was we scanned it on a scanner that didn't have a sound head hooked up to it, but we had the optical soundtrack. So we used this software called AEO Light to extract, to basically look at the visual optical soundtrack and convert it to a waveform. But for some reason, with this film, and not with the other ones, it decided that it was going to run slower. And I really don't know why or what it's doing, but that's why it was so weird and slow. Yeah, pitch shifted up. Alright. Let's see if we can guess what the next problem is going to be with this film that I'm showing. Because it just seems like that's what today is. It's just, all the technical problems, let's just pile them all at the same time. YouTube, just go ahead. Just give me a copyright strike. Sure, why not? Let's just do this. Alright, so this is called Late for Dinner. And who knows what's going to happen. We're just going to keep trying, though. We'll just keep going. Alright, thanks for your patience. Bye. Enjoy.
Do you want to go play? I have to go ask my mother.
Come on, Freezy. Let Mommy put your clothes on.
Now go to the park.
Who are you going to the park with?
Mom and Sally.
I want you to be back in the park at 6 o'clock. Because I have something I have to do. I'm going to have dinner at 6. And I have to leave here at 6:30. And now you have to stay here and watch the kids. You understand? Okay. 6 o'clock. All right, run along. Don! You forgot your jacket. You forgot your coat. Remember to be back at 6 o'clock. You understand? 6 o'clock. Hurry on now. Have fun.
Look at that ball head like that. I'm winning. Oh, look at those up there, those skates and everything. I'm one of those ones. I didn't. Baby first step up to the yard.
o'clock. You understand? 6 o'clock. Hurry on now, Harry. Didn't I tell you to be back here before 6 o'clock? It's after 6. Where have you been? What have you been doing? What took you so long? What have you been doing? You know you're supposed to be here to take care of the kids for me. I'm going to be late. Do you hear me, Doctor? You understand me? Why are you late? Why are you late?
I love it. Absolutely love that these dilemma films for kids. And there's a series of these that kind of ask similar questions. Encyclopedia Britannica made. And yes, that is library music that I have used many times before in other films around that same time period. So it's pretty great. All right, I got another film. I was going to show you a film about puppets, but it has the same problem as the food service film, and I think that it would creep the hell out of you. So we're not going to watch that today. I'm going to see if I can fix it. And if not, we'll save it for Halloween. All right, this is got some slow motion footage, but it's intentionally slow. This is Batting Fundamentals. Watch and learn.
Making a good, clean hit is one of the greatest thrills of baseball. However, before a player becomes an accomplished hitter, he must master a number of basic skills. Among them are choosing the right bat, taking the proper stance in the box, using the proper grip on the bat, keeping your eyes on the ball, the stride, the swing, and the follow-through. Choosing the right bat is very important. The right bat will vary with the individual, but select one short enough and light enough to handle easily. Bats usually weigh about 1 ounce to the inch. 33 to 35 inches is about right for most players. It's a mistake to think you can hit better with a heavier bat. Most major league players use 34 or 35-inch bats. Stance in the box also varies somewhat with the individual player. Take an easy, comfortable position, hips forward from the plate and relaxed, knees slightly bent, but not stiff or locked. Feet should be fairly well spread and in line with the pitcher, or the forward foot slightly closer to the plate. Weight should be evenly distributed on the balls of both feet. Hold the arms well away from the body, bat fairly high, but not high enough to interfere with seeing the ball. There are 3 basic grips. In the full length or free swing, the hands grip the bat at the knob end of the handle. the modified free swing, the bat is held about an inch or two from the knob. And in the choke grip, it is held still further from the knob to suit the individual. Each has its purpose. The full-length grip is best for the free swing of the power hitter. However, most players of high school age will find that the modified free swing will give better control and result in a higher batting average. The choke grip may be better for the small player, as it's even easier to control. The grip should be firm but relaxed and tighten just before the bat meets the ball. Keep your eye on the ball at all times, from the time it leaves the pitcher's hand until the swing of the bat. The art of hitting begins with the stride, a low, flat step directly toward the pitcher as the weight is shifted to the back foot. The bat is cocked backward slightly before starting the forward swing. The power of the swing comes from several factors. A thrust with the back foot as the weight is shifted to the front foot, a roll of the hips, and a forceful swing of the freely extended arms. In the swing, the bat is actually thrown forward toward and through the ball. Gauge the swing to make the best part of the bat hit the ball, swinging early for an inside ball and hesitating just a bit longer for the outside one. Keep the swing level at all times, raising or lowering the handle of the bat for high or low pitches. For the low outside pitch, it'll be necessary to stride toward the ball, bend the knees slightly, and lower the end of the bat, keeping the swing as level as possible. The follow-through gives added impetus to the ball. It maintains body balance, which results in a good breakaway from the plate to first base. Another fundamental skill needed by hitters is bunting. There are three types of bunts. The sacrifice, usually to advance another player to the next base. The surprise bunt for a base hit, usually down the third base line. And the push or drag bunt, which is used by the more experienced players. A bunt may be made from the regular batting position, or by stepping around so that the body faces the pitcher. This position is preferred by most players. The batter changes his position just as the pitcher's arm goes up for the pitch. The top hand slides up toward the trademark and acts as a fulcrum to control the direction of the bunt. In all types of bunts, the bat is held loosely and fairly high. Knees and hips are bent, and arms are fairly well extended to hold the bat in a parallel position in front of the plate. Body weight should be shifted to the foot nearest the plate. In bunting, the bat is held forward rather than swung. The bat should meet the ball high in order to knock it downward. The direction of bunt depends on the angle at which the bat meets the ball. Perfection of batting skills requires constant practice. Pepper games provide an ideal way to sharpen the batting eye and get practice in all the fundamentals. Batting should be practiced at every opportunity. Outdoors in spring and summer months. Batting should be practiced at every opportunity. Outdoors during the spring and summer months, and in the gym during the winter. A ball suspended from a string provides a safe, effective method of getting practice. When you have mastered these fundamentals, you're ready for the thrills of baseball. The thrill of pitting your skill against a catcher who is trying to size up your weaknesses and sending signals to a pitcher who is determined to take advantage of those weaknesses, and 7 other players who are determined that any hit you make won't result in a run. You are 1 man against 9, and your percentage of hits will depend to a large extent on how well you've mastered the elements of successful batting. Then, the greatest thrills of baseball may be yours.
That was the best read for that. I can just see the guy just reading the lines. And they're like, we got it. Go take a smoke break. We'll do the next one after you get back. So this is where I look at the footage, and it's very meditative. And just the slow motion, it's just pretty great. And there's a lot. I have a lot of batting footage. For some reason, Cornette was really into that in the late 40s. They felt like there was a lot of films that needed to be made on baseball and softball. Softball for both boys and girls. Anyways, wow, what a rollicking nightmare of technological problems today. But I appreciate you sticking through it, and you know, it is what it is. Some days we don't have any problem. Some days we have a problem or two. None of them were entirely catastrophic. Nobody lost a limb or a thumb. So I'm taking that as a win. If you like what you saw, or at least like the concept, the theory, even though the practice of what is being done is not up to par, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, subscribe to us, send us some cash via Super Thanks or via ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. Those are great ways to support us as we pay for storage unit rentals, and we're eventually going to start getting some shelving, etc. So thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow, I'd like to say tomorrow's going to be better, but who knows? And if you're in the Triangle area, I'll be doing a show live in Raleigh at the Alamo Draft House at 7:15 tomorrow. Join us. It'll be fun. All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.